everybody. This is Keith Gleason, host of Indie Comics Relay, creator of the Mighty Mascots, and promoter for the Plastic City Comic Con. And I'm here with the March Indie Comic Recommendations segment. Before we get into that, just a quick reminder that Mighty Mascots, my comic series, all 9 issues are now on my website, recklesssidekick.com. Just go there, hit the store section, and you can pick up all the books and all my past comic books as well. I also have a lettering service section if you're looking for a letterer for your next comic project. Check it out. Check out some of my work. I've worked for a couple of small indie publishers and myself, of course, and then a bunch of other side projects here and there. So if you're looking for a letterer, check that out. Also, Plastic City Comic Con, July 20th, Saturday, July 20th, $10 admission. And we just booked Jimmy Hart, wrestling legend. So it's going to be an awesome show. As usual, we got about 150, 60 tables, something like that. And yeah, it's going to be one of the best one-day shows you can go to for a tiny, tiny price. So check that out. All right, let's get on to the video. So this is my indie comics recommendations video. I've been doing these for about a year or so. And basically, I sit down with the previous catalog every month and I do my order with DCBS. And I go through the entire catalog. And I thought, why not, highlight some of these indie books that I'm looking at that, this isn't every indie book that's out there. It's ones that speak to me personally. And it's also ones that I'm planning on getting either monthly in floppy format or as a trade paperback, because sometimes if it's a mini series, I'll wait till it's in the collected form and just buy it that way, So yeah, and I usually will highlight it if it's something I think looks cool, or you can see all my taste and just all these picks that I do. So without further ado, let's get started on the March ones. Seems like this month isn't as crazy as last month. Last month there was a ton of stuff. So yeah, so March is, which is good. I got 6 choices this month. So, but anyways, I digress. So our first book this month is Ain't No Grave. It's miniseries 1 of 5. Now this is by Scotty Young, who's writing it, and the art is by George Corona. And it just looks cool. It's like a Western kind of theme. And Scotty Young, I mean, everybody loves his work, like whether it's I Hate Fairyland or if he does something serious like this. And then he also does a ton of variant covers that just people, like even at the shop, just love. Like he always is a high ordered cover artist as well, So this looks cool though. I mean, whenever you put out a Western comic, I'm interested, So I love the cover. This artwork looks great. I'm not familiar with this George Corona, but I really, really like his artwork here. So yeah, I may check this one out. This one looks like it's more like his Middle West kind of stuff, So with the diamond, if you see something you like here, there's a diamond code that you would give your shop, and they can order this book for you. Most shops, if they order indie books at all, will probably get this one because it is Image Comics. So I'm assuming that most shops will get this because it's Scotty Young. Just on his name alone, they'll probably pick it up. So if you want to get it, this is the diamond code that you would give your shop and tell your retailer that you want this and that ICR sent you. All right, moving on to our next book. This is also another Image book. It's called Gromit. It's a number 1 of 7. So this is another mini series. This is Rick Remender, Brian Posehn, Moreno Dionisio, and artist Brett Parson. Now this is a mini series. It looks like it's sort of like a slice of life set in like the 90s. Or actually, no, it looks, according to this, it's 1984. And it looks like it's centered a little bit around the skateboarding culture. I was never a skateboarder, but I certainly love period pieces, like especially if it's set in 1983 or 84. That's like my jam. And I like the image here. So I'm thinking I might check this one out. And Rick Morender's always writes great stuff, solid writer. And Brian Posehn, the comedian, he's done some some comic work as well, like his Deadpool run, and he had a couple other books, something about Christmas. I think it was like The Last Christmas or something like that he did. But he's a funny comedian. He used to be on the Sarah Silverman show, among other things. And so them working together, that's huge, So I think this will be kind of a cool little sneak in the grass series, where a lot of people might not check it out because it's not superheroes or, action adventure kind of thing. But I do like a good slice of life kind of drama, David LaFamme has done some great ones, and The Waiting Place used to be a really good one by McKeever, so stuff like that. So I definitely think this looks cool. So if you want to order grommets, this is the diamond code that you would give your retailer. Tell them that you want to check it out, get the whole mini series, or if you even go to the Previews World site and use their pull box feature if your store is connected to it. And you can let your store know directly from the website that you want this book. So check that out. All right, moving on to our next book. It's another Image book. Image has got a lot this month. This is Blood Squad 7, #1. The writer on this is Joe Casey, and the artist is Paul Fry. And the reason this one caught my eye, I do like Joe Casey's writing. He's had a couple really cool series, especially with Image. Sex was one of them, and I forget what that other one that is that I really liked. But yeah, Joe Casey's a cool writer, and he used to work on the Hulk and some other Marvel books back in the day. But this looks cool. This looks like a throwback to like 90s Image, which I've been enjoying, kind of like those throwbacks lately, especially with the Local Man comic that Tony Fleecs and Tim Seeley do together, which is total homage to the 90s Image stuff. So this looks cool. And I mean, it's even got a name that, feels like it would be part of the Image 90s lineup, Blood Squad 7, So I'm going to check this one out. I'm sure we'll have some copies of this at the store too, especially with the 90s stuff, So if you want to order Blood Squad 7 and get your Image 90s nostalgia kick, give them this diamond code. And check it all out. This one seems to be, I don't know if it might be an ongoing series. I don't see a listing here that it's a mini series. So so guess we'll see on that one. All right, moving on to the next book. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha #1. Unfortunately, there's no image on this from Previews World, so I'm guessing the cover might have some kind of spoilerific kind of stuff on it. Usually is the reason why they don't put a cover here. But the reason this one is going to be huge, this is supposed to be the prequel to the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series that Jason Aaron is going to be writing. It is also artists Chris Burnham and Gavin Smith. And so this is sort of like where it begins. It's a little pricey at $6.99. But I'm excited to see what Jason Aaron will do with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's one of those writers that is very hit and miss, but I like a lot of his stuff. Like I liked when he worked at Marvel, he did like Ghost Rider for a while. And then a DC, he had the Vertigo series Sculpt. That was excellent. And now he started writing Action Comics. He's only been writing it for 2 or 3 issues now, but it's been really good. So I'm willing to see what he does with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this will be cool because I honestly have not read anything Turtles in a long time. The last thing I read was Last Ronin, but that's sort of like a future story. I mean, I'm talking more like the present day Turtles. I don't think it's been a long time since I read anything Turtles. So I'm looking forward to jumping on in this brand new series and checking it out. So if you want to order Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha, this is your diamond code, and give that to your retailer. And I'm sure either next month or the month after will be the actual official start of the series. So that'll be cool. All right, got 2 more left. So moving on, next one is from Boom Studios. This is Crocodile Black, #1 of 5. It is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. Artist is Somnath Pal. and Andrea Sorrentino. Now, these are two creators that I really like, and this looks like a very cool miniseries. It sounds like it's about somebody that's, like a Breaking Bad kind of scenario where they start off as this decent person but kind of go into this world of crime. And Philip Kennedy Johnson's been one of those writers that I really enjoy some of his stuff. He did Action Comics before Jason Aaron took over. He's writing the Hulk right now, which the Hulk has been really good. It's just the Hulk fighting monsters, so it's just very fun. And he's worked on James Bond too, which I thought his Bond was really good too. And Andrea Sorrentino has been the artist that's worked with Jeff Lemire on a bunch of stuff, like most recently the Bone Orchard Tenement that's going on right now. So putting these two together, I think, is great. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this miniseries is about. So I'll check that out. So if you want to check out Crocodile Black, this is the diamond code that you would give your retailer and tell them that ICR sent you. All right, moving on to our last book, which I'm really excited about, is Space Ghost #1. This is written by David Pepose, art by Jonathan Liu, and cover artist Francesco Mattina. Now this, Dynamite's been doing this. They've been buying the rights to old cartoon properties lately, more so Disney stuff. Like they've had Gargoyles and Lilo and Stitch and Hercules and a bunch of other Disney products. And they just started last month with Thundercats, which I thought it was okay. I read the first one. I wasn't bowled over. I'm gonna probably read it a couple more issues to see if I like it further. But this one I'm really excited for. Space Ghost was one of my favorite cartoons when I was growing up in the 70s. Just look at that outfit. It's designed by the legendary Alex Toth. And I think Kirby might have had a little bit to do with Space Ghost too, if I remember right. I could be wrong about that one, but epic character. And I'm glad that Dynamite got the rights and is bringing them back. I think this is great. Now, David Pepose, I've read a few things by him, and he's just did most recently the Marvel Punisher series, which my co-host Johnny's been buying, so I've been reading his copies. That hasn't been too bad. For a revamp of a character, it's okay. There's some annoying things about it, but overall, David Pepose isn't bad on the writing. But yeah, this I'm really looking forward to. And I guess Dynamite eventually is going to be doing Johnny Quest and a few other titles. So I'm looking forward to them bringing all this stuff back. I can't wait. So it starts here with Space Ghost. So I'll be buying, and of course Diamond with their million covers. They have at least 10 covers for this. And most of them are cover price, which is nice. So there's a bunch of really nice ones out there. So if you go to Diamond's website here, Previews World, you can look at all the different covers. This one is the main cover, the cover A. So, but all right, everybody. Yeah, check this one out. This is the diamond code that you would give them. And it looks like it's going to be an ongoing series for a little while anyways. So I'm looking forward to it. So that's the diamond code. Check that out. Give that to your retailer and they can order it for you. All right, everybody. That's it for March preview solicits and my recommendations. Like, subscribe, share this video, and and join us every other Monday for our live streams with indie creators. We got some great ones coming up. Next week is going to be a nice writing one where we talk to a bunch of writers and about different aspects of indie comics writing, and writing characters and things like that. So it should be really fun. So subscribe, check that out. Most importantly, read some comics. All right, everybody, have a great week, and we will talk to you later. Bye.